I've always been curious, what is the actual money amount that I spent competing on season 15? No one has ever sat here and truly dissected what it costs to compete on Drag Race and do it correctly, mind you. One thing is undeniable. At my biggest, at my lowest, I have always been in drag. I'm gonna give my honest reactions. I'm gonna give my honest thoughts. I have no problem shredding myself. If I think I look a fool, I will say I look a fool. But also, I want y'all to know, I am not a self-hating ex-fat person. Keep in mind, I'm still fat. I had this conversation with Luscious a few weeks ago, and we came to the agreement that there is nothing more spectacular and sickening than a fat, nasty, diabetic, black neck, fat bitch. I'm sorry. There is no comparison to a huge drag queen, and I love it. Now, we're gonna break it down real simple. If I like the look, I'm gonna say she ate that. It's gonna be a chef's kiss. If it's mid, I know I could have done better, and I kind of regret wearing it. We'll just say it's slouch. As I was curating the list and getting it together and thinking back to my looks on season 15, there were a few that were just a complete chop.
Excuse me?
We're gonna get into it. I'm actually really nervous to get into the total cost of everything. I literally went through receipts, PayPals, Cash Apps, Facebook messages. I went and got all the tea for y'all, like the exact dollar amounts. And I actually am so scared because I know for a fact that it is going to be six figures. Just to preface the video, there is a few things that I want to say before we get into it. I am by no means, well, actually I kind of do have a coin nowadays. So let's time travel. Season 15, Mistress, the year is what, 2022? I think we filmed RuPaul's Drag Race season 15. Before I was on Drag Race, I was kind of at a crossroads where like I was moving from doing drag full time as far as being a showgirl, because drag in Houston was changing. Everything was just getting so repetitive. Some of y'all do know if you keep up with my lore. I was cast on season 13 of RuPaul's Drag Race originally, and I'm gonna try to wrap this up so short. If some of this might get cut out for Patreon, and I'm not trying to bait y'all like, oh my god, come get the full uncut on Patreon. But there really is just so much more to the stories that I do tell on Patreon. And if you want to hear all the lore and really get a deep dive and pull back the curtain, come join us over on Patreon, because I love to yap, and I really do try to keep the YouTube videos short, sweet, and to the point. I'm gonna try to give all the details without yapping on too long, but just in case y'all see a cut or two. Season 15, I wasn't gonna audition. Casting reached out to me, were like, hey, are you gonna put in a tape? And I was like, I guess if you're asking me, of course. Like, bitch, if you're asking me, I'm gonna come. If you're saying, are you gonna come play the game? I'm gonna be like, yes, swing, bada, bada, yeah! You know what I mean? Like, yes, I want some of the money. But long story short, I put together the tape, we sent it in, and then, like, literally, like, within a few days, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they called. And right when the communication started from the beginning, I believe in the power of not only manifestation, but delusion. So let this be a lesson to y'all. Anyone out there, if there's anything you ever want, you have to truly believe in your mind that you have it. And it's not just, oh, I'm gonna be on. No, you literally have to actually believe it. If you want to work at a certain job and you feel like you're unqualified, in your head, you have to trick yourself like, bitch, even though I'm not qualified, they know I'm the baddest, I'm gonna get whatever the I want. You have to be your own biggest cheerleader and really hype yourself up. I am someone who, I look around in my life and I literally have manifested every single thing that I have. So by the time it came around to like me being on Drag Race and getting the final call of like, this is the runways, this is what you need, this is when you're leaving, I had probably saved up like $11,000, which is like a huge amount of money. Like, I grew up with absolutely nothing. There are times in my adult life, especially when I first started drag, like 17, 18, where like, bitch, I didn't even have a bed to sleep in. So that's why I find it so funny to look back at these moments where like I've evolved so much, and I look at some of these looks and I can just remember like the struggle to make them happen. So it's just very interesting to like look at how things progress. But just to put things into perspective, that's kind of where my life was while I was getting ready for season 15. Like I said, as I'm breaking down the cost of these looks, I want to drive it home. Like, the number is going to be big, but you have to remember this number is kind of spread out over a whole year, and I'll explain it as we go through. But I want to preface this with like, I am not rich. I was not rich. I was very lucky and blessed to have a few key people who really believed in me, especially being that I was the first girl from Houston, Texas to be on RuPaul's Drag Race and the only girl to be on Drag Race from Houston. I am so proud to be the representative from Houston, and I hope I make y'all proud forever and always. Enough yapping, let's get into it and let's shred this bitch. Oh, we're starting off strong. Okay. This promo look will forever haunt me. And let me say, for any of my girls who are on Drag Race, want to be on Drag Race, might be on a future season of Drag Race, let me give you the two most important looks. The promo and reveal and the entrance look. Those are the most important looks that will follow your career till the day you fucking die. Luckily, I'm not this big anymore, so people don't really use this promo, but before I have my whole transformation showcased on All Stars, some people were still using this as promo for Mistress. I look at Mistress in this moment and I'm just like, wow, like Mistress would have been one of the greatest contenders to be the big girl winner of RuPaul's Drag Race. And there have been a few, don't get me wrong. Latrice sickening, Eureka sickening, Liv. There are so many big girls who are worthy, and I without being biased because it's myself and hopefully many of y'all would agree, season 15 Mistress, top tier drag. Like, I'm sorry. I don't give a if y'all think I'm cocky. Everyone, you should feel that way about yourself. If you do not think you're the best in the building, why the are you even trying to compete? It's also funny because I look at myself in this moment and I just remember like how hungry I was for it. I'm not trying to be funny. Like, I just look at this and I'm just like, oh my God, like I wanted it so bad. This was back when like I was doing everything myself. Like throughout this, and you'll see I kind of highlight it as we go, almost all the wigs I ever wore on Drag Race I made myself. And on that same note, when you see the cost breakdown of like wigs and stuff, even if I made the wigs, I did it at the minimum. So like, I'm not gonna lie, like, oh my God, this would be a $3,000 wig. Like, no, if it's a custom hairline, it has 3 wigs in one with custom color, kind of like this. I equated the cost if you got the bare minimum, like, service done by anyone. When you see the cost of things, because a lot of the items are going to come off as expensive, let me also preface it with this. When you go to Drag Race, especially the first time, everything is told to you last minute. Sometimes you have like a week to get something made and sent to you. So with that, you have to remember the cost of getting items like shipped overnight. If someone in Kentucky needs certain materials, you have to find the fabrics online, get them overnight shipped to Kentucky. Then he has a day or two to get this together, so you're paying a rush fee on top of the overnight shipping. So that can easily take the cost of an outfit from $500 to like $1,500. Like, it's ridiculous. But all that to the side, we weren't really in COVID times anymore, but production of things needed for drag was like in a very weird space. So for instance, you would think it would be just as easy as going on Amazon and getting some overnight Prime to you. No, in this moment, Pleaser was on back order, and if you are a big girl, if you have a big foot, you will know Pleaser is kind of the only brand that would stock heels in our size. Keep in mind, I'm not saying I wore a 6-inch nasty stiletto, but I always wore at least a 4-inch nasty pump. And when I started getting ready for Drag Race, there was just no way to get those kind of shoes. So a lot of the shoes, I would literally have to spray paint different colors. I would have to go to like Payless and get whatever little Debbie was available. Like, we literally were like scrounging and trying to find things. So I would definitely change the shoe. Everyone's so focused on being fashionable. Everyone wants to recreate other designers. But I think it's okay for drag queens to be a little costumey. And who Mistress was in this moment was a true Texas drag queen. A lot of people like to call it a pageant queen, but I wouldn't call myself a pageant queen. I would just call myself a Texas queen. And it's a little costumey, but that's just who Mistress was. It's so funny because like, I had like a little French tip on. I had the pageant jewels. So old school, girl. Cost for this outfit with like the materials and the overnight shippings and the stones and everything was $1,400. Heels and jewelry was $450. And when I calculated the bare minimum of what someone would charge you to make a wig like this, I got to $1,100. So $1,150 we'll say for the wig. So the total for my promo look was about $3,000. Now keep in mind, that's not the cost of makeup and tights, and I was a huge girl. I wasn't even a big girl. I was a huge girl who wore huge pads. So I would rip tights like nobody's business. And if you've never bought a pair of dance tights, to wear pads, you have to wear like 4 or 5 pairs of tights plus a fishnet. To get in pads is easily like $200. So I'm not even factoring like the actual cost of doing drag with these looks. So we'll say $3,000 for the promo. And I'm gonna say she was slouch. But I still love this picture because it's representative of a lot of moving parts and a lot of hard work. But we'll start off strong with a slouchy. Okay, next up, we're getting into the cast reveal look. Okay, one of my favorite looks I've ever worn. And this look is so like special and sentimental to me. And I actually got it taken in to wear on All Stars for my talent show. I worked so hard to be able to afford this because when we got back from filming Drag Race, we had to get ready for the promo, and we're also like getting costumes made because we're going on tour and we're doing this and that. And keep in mind, you're dealing with the regular like living expenses, whatever else you have going on in your life. Plus, when I went to Drag Race, I wore all my drag that I would wear on the shows on Drag Race. So I had to get a whole new wardrobe separately from when I got back home just to do shows because I didn't want people to take videos and pictures of me performing at like Hamburger Mary's and I'm wearing shit I'm gonna be wearing in TV like in a few months. You know what I mean? So there's just so much cost in like getting ready and preparing for everything and like doing new promos and paying for your photo shoots of your runway throughout the So I was like being stretched so thin, and I remember I just had a vision in my head of like, I know I want my look to look exactly like this. I know like it's gonna be like crazy, but like I look at all my outfits from my original season of Drag Race as like, this is my moment. And a lot of people argue like, oh, you shouldn't spend a lot of money when you go to Drag Race, you should take what you have. And I do agree with those sentiments, but I'm also, to put it in perspective, Mistress was known for wearing this stuff back home, so it wouldn't have been authentic for me to just be wearing like a plain leotard and like thigh-high boots. That wasn't who Mistress was. Mistress was larger than life and the girl who would walk in the room and you would fucking gag because how the fuck is Ursula in a fucking pastel ostrich feather fucking bolero, you know what I mean? But long story short, the fabric was $210. So the fabric alone for this outfit was $1,260, and the outfit from Ruben was $1,200 to get made. That's not even like the biggest part of it. The most expensive part of it was the ostrich feather bolero. It was $2,200. The wig is like 3 or 4 wigs smushed into one with the custom hairline. I styled it myself, but we'll just call the wig $1,000. The cost for my reveal look was $6,233. That is ridiculous. Next up, we have my entrance look. Oh my god! I loved this look so much. I wore this look every single gig throughout season 15 airing. If you saw Mistress live, you saw this look doing Love Sensation probably. I left the coat somewhere. I lost the coat. If you have my coat, send it back to me immediately. This hair, I love it. It is so drag. I wanted to embody pure Texas drag. Everything was very strategic with the entrance look to make sure that everything was perfect, because my mindset on season 15 was, okay, I'm checking every box, I'm making sure I get all my points for every category, I look clean, I look different, it's unique. Like, I really was in competition mindset from the moment I walked in. And I'll never forget, when I was there, I actually was supposed to be the first person to enter the workroom, and they asked me if I would be okay with that, and I told them no. Girl, I was such a cocky fat bitch. Like, I will never forget, I was in the trailer, and they were like, okay, we're gonna send you in first, like, you have your entrance line ready. And I looked at them and I go, I'm not going in first. I want the girls to gag when I walk in. And bitch, the producers looked at each other and they were like, oh, this mentally ill. And they're like, okay, you wait right here. Bitch, I like, oh my god, she had nerve. The hair was $400. The jewelry and the heels, the lack thereof. Okay, let me also give a little backstory on this too. I did not want to wear these heels. It made me a lot of money, so I'm very grateful I wore the ugly kitten heel. All that to the side, the jewelry and the heels are about $350, and the look from Ruben, plus some of the rhinestoning from a third party, it was about $1,200. So the cost for this look was $1,950. I would say this look is chef's kiss. I would obviously change the heel, but other than that, like, I love it. Next up, we have, oh my god, a little performance outfit on one night only. It's a basic little drag wig. I would say $350. The dance costume was $500, and my stone little 1-inch dance booty was about $200. So we'll call this look $1050. I love this look. Again, another outfit I twirled down. I would wear this costume everywhere. Next up, we have my talent show outfit. One night only talent. Okay, the wig, $350, beautiful ponytail wig, a standard classic drag Mistress wig. The jewelry was $350, although I don't even know why I would wear a necklace, bitch. My double chin is literally covering the necklace. The little dance booties, $250, and this costume from Patrick Howell is so beautiful. And the costume was $10.60. I would say this look is slouchy. I look sickening, the makeup is fucking done, the hair is perfect, I love the coat. I would only say the look is slouchy because me being me now in my aesthetic, I would elevate the base look of it. I'll say it's
slouch.
Almost chef's kiss. It's like a little, it's a peck. It's like, you know what I mean? She was cute though. So that brings the total for this look to $2,010. God damn, bitch. Next up, we have the Who Is She runway. The category for this was just bring your best drag. And I was so excited for this because this is one of the ones I had in my closet. I'm telling y'all, I've always had expensive taste, and Mistress has just always been my escape from reality and from the real world. So whatever Mistress wanted, she would fucking get. Like, I worked so hard to be able to afford this, and like I always saved it for the right moment. I literally had this in my closet for like a year before it ever even saw the world. The hair was a custom hairline. It has like 2 wigs in it. We'll call it $650. The jewelry, because I had this made for a pageant, it was like actual Swarovski jewelry, if I'm not mistaken, from Fierce Drag Jewels. We're gonna call it $750 on the necklace and earrings. The actual beaded Mugler replica costume was $6,000, which sounds like a lot, but actually looking back at it now, especially with so much other things I've had made, for them to have the materials, get the base has a built-in corset, it's a different silhouette with the hat and the gloves, and then on top of that, beads and stones. And if you don't know what beading is, think of macaroni noodles and a piece of floss, and you're literally doing them one by one till the whole costume is covered in macaroni noodles, bitch. Like, it's ridiculous, it's tedious, it's a lot of work. So $6,000 is really not that much for what this is. But yeah, the outfit was $6,000, bringing the total to $7,400. Damn. So I'm gonna say, obviously, chef's kiss, bitch, I ate that. Okay, so next up we have my Metallica look. So we're gonna call the hair $1,000 because it's a custom hairline with a double stack wig and styled so gorgeous with tinsel mixed into it, but you can't really see the tinsel on camera. The dress was about $750 with the materials, which not too bad. I think I wore it this one time and then we threw it away because the inside of it, and it wasn't lined, so I had spray painted it gold and it melted the actual fabric to where I really couldn't wear the look anymore. So after this, I literally threw it away. It was just too big to take home. The heels were $200. The jewelry was about $350. We'll call this whole look about $2,300. You know what? I'm gonna still give it a chef's kiss. I think it was really cunty. It was very different. If I could go back in time, I would change the silhouette because everything's just so short. It kind of made it look like it was just like a t-shirt dress. I actually would have went back and made it a gown with the top peplum part on the bottom too. I think it would have made it super cool. Anyways, next up we have my snatch game as Rosie O'Donnell. The girl, y'all are a fool for putting this in here. I'm blind reacting, by the way. The wig actually was free from Princess Poppy. Princess Poppy left all of us a wig, and I cut this one up into my little newscaster bob for Rosie. And the suit was from Ashley Stewart. It was like a $100 little suit. So this outfit cost almost nothing, only $100. Okay, we're getting to the first one that I hate. Ruben makes all my stuff, and this was just one of the ones that like I just think this one was a little bit of a miss. Everything was just a mess about this look. I left the gloves, the hair wasn't how I wanted it, the cage was morphed, and plus, even if everything would have been perfect, I still hated the look. This look represents my first cancelization, bitch. This is the legendary Untucked where I read the out of Marsha and said that I should have won Snatch Game. That was the first time they got my Instagram shut down. So this look is cursed. This look is chopped. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't even know if you can see it, but it has horns made completely out of hair. The horns were about $350. The hair itself, $100, little spiky pineapple piece. The costume, the whole cage is stoned. The whole outfit is stoned. The costume was about $1,200. So we're gonna call this look $1,650. I'm sorry, she's definitely a chop. But it's okay. It's okay. It happens. No! Oh my god, then we have 2 chops back to back.
Excuse me?
This look. I'm sorry. Me and my friend got into so much drama for this. Shout out to my bestie, Norvina Dubois. She made me this look and she was so offended when this aired because I was at some viewing parties and I was telling them how I hated the look. But it wasn't you. It wasn't the construction. I just hated the look, bestie. I should have listened. I should have done this. My bestie made the outfit. The materials were about like $450. The shoulder piece was $450 as well. It was like custom made out of like all this like beautiful like reflective fabric, and then we rhinestoned it. Girls rhinestone to death. But I wish I can go back in time because I wouldn't have even bothered with the rhinestones, because some of the biggest advice I can give to the girls going to Drag Race, stones oftentimes do not show very well on camera. Like, you can't even really get into that. The whole outfit is like fully stoned. So wasting my time and money. But the material is $450. The shoulder piece was about $450. The jewelry set was about like $200. The hair, custom ventilated, beautiful tinsel, purple updo, $550. The heels, fully rhinestone, $200. We'll call the look about $1,850. I'm not gonna say it's chopped. I'm gonna say it's just slouched. Oh my God, yes! My first win on RuPaul's Drag Race. Puffer, please. I love this outfit. It just embodies everything of what Mistress was. You could not tell me I was not a woman. Also, clock, I did not need no jewelry. Literally, I'm not being funny, I swear to God. I miss the days where I was so fat that my triple chin would hide the line of my breastplate. That is fish. I'm literally not even joking. I lived that I did not have to wear a necklace because I hated wearing jewelry. The costume was $1,500. The wig, little Amazon wig, we'll call it $150. So total for this look, $1,650, the winning look. And I'm sorry, chef's kiss. Next up, we have the lip sync Lollapalooza look. The wig, $275. Costume, $650. It had the dance costume with the fringe and the reveal on top. The stoning, we did some extra stones. The AB stones were shining. $250 on the stoning. We'll call this look $1,175. Chef's kiss. Gorgeous. Hello. Next up, we're getting into the ball. Okay, so first up, we have the Start Your Engines look. This wig, sickening, iconic Mistress wig. Triple stack. 3 huge wigs in one with the custom hairline. A huge heavy wig, easily $1,000. Like, if you were to get this made by someone with the custom hairline and the styling, I promise you this would be like a $1,600, $2,000 wig. But we'll call it what it is. We'll say $1,000. The costume was $650, which with the materials and everything, that's really nothing. The heels, $150. The jewelry, $200. So we'll call this look $2,000. We'll call this one chef's kiss. Another iconic look, one of my favorites. Shout out to Yahaira. The look was so sickening, iconic. I designed it, but she put it together. It was sickening. It was only $650 for the costumes and material. Like I said, my girl cut me a really good deal. She was holding it down for the Houston dolls. Anyways, the beach ball, iconic bitch, chef's kiss. Next up, we have Night of 1,000 Beyoncés. Can I just say, how stupid are we? We just knew Beyonce Knowles Carter was gonna be in the building. Y'all could have even sent us Tina Knowles to serve us some gumbo backstage. Baby, they didn't even bother with Tina. We just knew Beyonce was gonna be there, so I put some extra work into it. And it's funny because when I first had the idea to do the puppets, what I wanted was the puppets to be on the train of the dress at the very bottom, because it was gonna be a joke like Destiny Child riding Beyonce's coattail. But they told me that I could not do that. So I ended up incorporating the puppets up here. The puppets were actually expensive because, again, I had to get them made last minute and overnight shit, and it was a whole like hullabaloo, bitch. The puppets were $900. The gown was like $900 as well, only because the fabric was so expensive. Fabric was actually the actual like Beyonce replica fabric. I got it off someone on Etsy, I think, but it was like $175 a yard. It was ridiculous. But puppets $900, gown $900. The jewelry was about $250. So we'll call the whole look $2,050. I have to give it like a middle ground of chef's kiss and slouch, because some of the elements are slouchy, but I'm forgiving myself because I know the time crunch. But I have to be fair because I shred the girls and we don't want to hear any excuses. I'm gonna say it's slouchy. I'm not gonna even lie to myself. It's a little slouchy. I wish I could go back and fix some things, but it was campy. It served its purpose. But we'll say it's slouchy. But you know what's not slouchy? Next up, we have my shredded look. I'm sorry, so fucking sickening. I love this outfit. I love this look. Everything was so fucking perfect. We're gonna call the hair $1,000. Double stacked wig with the custom hairline. Gorgeous. The jewelry, I don't even know if you can get into it from the camera, but it intentionally was missing some pieces, and the pearls on it was burnt, and everything was so sickening. I loved this look. The jewelry was $300. The dress was $1,000. The gloves, I had literally sprayed adhesive to my body to get them to lay that flat. I would never do that nowadays. They're probably gonna give me cancer when I get older. The dress was $1,000 with the gloves. The heels, $100. We're gonna call this look $2,400. Chef's kiss, bitch. Ah! Back to back chef's kiss. Mwah, 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 mwah. Bitch, now I see why you hoes are mad. Now I see why the girls cannot take. I don't give a this cocky. Bitch, I'm sorry. Y'all know I ate that so nasty. Next up, we have my gloves look. The jewelry was $650, came out full pageant girls walking with the jewels just hanging off. The costume was $1,200, the wig $250. We're gonna call the look $2,100. This one was iconic, love this look. Another one that I traveled the world in. I wore these outfits to death. Next up, we have my drag family resemblance. The gown was $350. The jewelry sets for me and her was $650. I made her the black wig. That was one of my wigs. That was $200. And both boas will say were $550. And the black dress she's wearing was just a simple stretch dress that Lucy LaDuca made me. We'll call both looks $1,750. You know what? I'm gonna say it's another one in between Slouch and Chef's Kiss. I think that for what I was given to work with, I made me and Miss Tang sickening. You see the family resemblance. We're giving high. Actually, that it's giving Chef's Kiss. Blame it on the mother edit. The fabric for this geometric rainbow bodysuit was so expensive. Long story short, the geometric bodysuit was like $1,250 with the fabric included. This motorcycle leotard kind of Zygmunt-esque outfit I wore for the second part of Blame It on the Edit was about $650. So together we'll call them $1,900. At this point, I've been wearing the shoes and jewelry and the wig, so we're not gonna count those expenses. I will never forget, this was like one of the worst days on set for me. I hated this music video. I hated choreo. I was mad at my outfits. I was so tired. Like, at this point, I was over being at Drag Race. And plus, I saw the writing on the wall where I was like, okay, I've never really been in the bottom, so today is gonna be the day. This is gonna be the day they're gonna try to get me together. I look at these moments, and I just remember myself being in like fight or flight mode. I was like, oh. This is just like such like a roller coaster of emotions these days. But I'm gonna say that I ate that. A little chef's kiss. Iconic. Next up, we have my drag excellence look. Wow. I'm sorry. You cannot lie that the queen looks the good. The gown, custom hand beaded. The gown was $6,500. The jewelry was $500, and the updo was $375. So we're gonna call this look $7,375. Mwah! Chef's kiss. I'm sorry, y'all know it was cunt. Next up, we have the reunion. So this is actually my second option I have for the reunion. I had another costume made that cost me like $6,000 that I hated when I got there. So luckily, I had someone who made me this backup, and they had to make the outfit, and they lived in Texas, and they had to fly into LA to give me the outfit. So the costume was $1,300. The hair was $850. Custom hairline, slick back. The heels are $150. I think we might have been the last season to have a reunion, but at this time we filmed the reunion after the show had aired, so luckily we had some time to stack our coins and do some gigs. I still was pinching pennies at this point, but we had just a little bit more money to work with. But this look cost me $2,300. I'm gonna say this look, I still ate. It's still, it's chef's kiss. It still represents the heavyweight champ. It's sexy, it's form-fitted, animal print, kind of campy and draggy. I was done, the mug was on. I'm gonna still say it was sickening. Oh my God. People oftentimes ask me, what is the most expensive thing you bought in drag? I fought with myself so much over this because it was just too much money that I did not have. I remember I was just like, this is my one moment. Like, I'm gonna remember this moment for the rest of my life. This will follow me for the rest of my life. And Ru said something during the filming of season 15 that stuck with me forever. Not just in the TV aspect, but also how I curate and create my content here on Mistress Monday. The content we create will hopefully live beyond us. You know what I mean? Like, life is so short. You never know how long you have here. And when I'm 50, 60, if I make it there, I will be able to look back on this moment and be like, bitch, this was me at the grand finale on MTV's RuPaul's Drag Race. This is one of the biggest moments of my drag career. I will be able to look back at this. This moment is very important, one of the biggest moments of my career, so I'm gonna give it my all. The wig, $1,350, custom hairline, beautifully done, without beating around the bush. This was the same fabric that I used for my promo look, so remember I said it was like $200, almost $300 for the fabric alone per yard. The gown was $13,500. Beautifully constructed. He made it on such short notice. He's a really, really great designer. He works with like Christina Aguilera and a whole bunch of other celebrities. The jewelry, beautiful Swarovski set from Fierce Drag Jewels. Some of the best drag jewelry in the business, and the person who makes the crown for everything for Drag Race, Dragula, all the pageants. Shout out to Nova, really, really amazing jewelry designer. $750. The heels, $200. The total cost for my grand finale look was $15,800. I don't regret it, but the dress is just sitting in my closet. I actually have been playing with the idea of getting it cut up and redone for me to wear it. It's just this fabric is just so delicate, but I still have the look. I also don't know if I want to edit it because it is a moment in time. I like to think that one day there will be a Drag Race museum, or I'll set the dress up and just put it in a glass box with a huge elephant-sized mannequin to fill out the dress. I don't know. I haven't made my mind up on that yet. Let me know what y'all think I should do. Should I sell it? Should I cut it up? Should I keep it as is to remember Mistress? I don't know. I still fight with it, but anyways, one of my most expensive looks, and I think one of my best. I love it. My makeup looks crazy. I was in full clown mode at this moment, but y'all know I like that, and it looks so rich. Speaking of finale, oh my god, I hate looking at this. I hate watching this. This represents like the worst part of season 15 for me for multiple reasons. This was the look when I had to read a couple bitches for absolute filth for disrespecting me on my time. This just represents like a lot of like, I don't want to say sadness. I would say more so disappointment. This is the official moment where I lost season 15. So whether you want to accept it or not, that's just how the cookie crumbles, boo. Custom hairline, styled wig, $1,000. The costume was $1,200. The stoning on the costume was $250. The heels, $150. Jewelry, $400. So the total cost for the outfit was $3,000. And you know what? As I'm going through, I missed some of the costs. I had these really huge syringes made that cost me $2,000 that blew out confetti. There was just so many costs I forgot while I'm going through, but we'll just talk about the looks for now. If you like videos like this where I'm pulling back the curtain and getting in depth to all the behind the scenes tea, you'll enjoy the season 15 episode reviews on Patreon. I'm not just trying to bait y'all, like I get into so much details over there. This is actually a legally binding contract. MTV, World of Wonder, do not go over there. Anyways, $3,000, and I'm gonna still say, mwah, chef's kiss, I ate that. It looks gorgeous. I've never worn this outfit since this performance. I still have it in my closet. I consider it to be cursed. Next up, we have the finale review look. This is the winner's reaction look. This wig was $450. The boa was $400. The costume was $1,000. The shoes $150. We'll say it's $2,000. Even at this point, if I knew I lost, I knew that I was gonna look mwah, chef's kiss, boo. Also, we're gonna get through some of these really quickly because these are also just like little like hero parts of the finale that literally were on screen for 10 seconds. But just so you can see how much they make us waste and bring. This next look was one of the hero images from the finale. It was like a little cutscene. This was a rainbow beaded gown. This is one of my first pageant gowns I ever had made. Very sentimental to me. It was $5,500. Beautiful hand beaded rainbow gown with all the stones, and it has all the trimmings, baby. Then I had these really huge, beautiful, handmade ostrich boas. So the cost for the boas was $3,750. The jewelry set, $500. The updo was $300, which brings just this little 10-second clip to $10,050. What the We had this Mae West finale look, which again, I don't even know if it was in the actual finale. I think it was just used for press photos. The costume was $1,350. I'll pop it in right here. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it's a chop. I hated this look. I hated the fit of it. I hated the look of it. It was not at all what I wanted, but at this point, I just didn't want to waste a whole bunch of money on just doing like a big ostrich feather, really Mae West look for something that's going to be on screen for like 10 seconds. Then we get into my finale outfit that I never ever worn. I'm going to put it on the screen. So the total cost for my finale outfit that never ever got to even be seen, $10,975. We had two unaired runways that were never used. The first one was monochromatic. That was $6,000. And then the checker look was only $1,250. Oh my god, that was such a crazy trip down memory lane. Now for the grand total. And keep in mind, this is not even counting makeup, lashes, tights, nails, everything else you need to actually get into drag. This is just the outfits and the cost of the trimmings. I cannot believe I spent this much money on season 15 of RuPaul's Drag Race, and I cannot believe I even had this much money touch my hands at that time. The total cost of me competing on season 15 is available on Patreon. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Stop typing your hate comments. The total cost of me competing on season 15 was $102,368. I remember I had this in the news articles. It was going viral because I said that I spent $100,000 competing on season 15, and people did not believe me. Girl, drag is expensive, especially if you do it the right way. $102,000 is so ridiculous. But I don't regret it. I don't regret a single thing I did. This will live forever beyond me. I did season 15 of RuPaul's Drag Race the absolute only way I knew how and wanted to. And I'm so grateful for everyone along the way, from the people making the hair, the outfits, stoning for me, people rushing and delivering everything for me. It was such a moment in time and a moment that I will never, ever, ever forget. And one of the biggest moments of my career. And so much of these looks I go through, and they're just so sentimental to me and hold so many memories. And I will have all these memories for the rest of my life. But I do need my 100K, so everyone please help me recoup that. Like, comment, subscribe, do your big one, and let me know right now, should I move on and show y'all what it took me to compete on All Stars 10? Because some of y'all say I look a motherfucking fool. Some of y'all say it was the greatest thing y'all ever seen. But there's no denying, when Mistress is in drag, y'all know I get up in it. If you want the full video, uncut and juicy, come meet us over on Patreon. I mean, I yap for too long, so I'm sure this video is gonna be an hour long over there. I love y'all so much. Until next time, please, 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 don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because when you do, I can bring you amazing content just like today's video. All that to the side. Also, don't forget, just dropped new merch, mistress.isabelle.com. Now I'm gonna stop plugging shit, but I'm trying to recoup my money. I need to make back that $100,000, bitch. So now y'all see why we be begging and pleading and please, please, please like, comment, because bitch, I need my 100K. Anyways, I love y'all so much. I'm gonna stop yapping.